financial literacy, and the human condition. Welcome to Financial Fitness with the Money Doctor, Dr. Francis Rahaim.
What are the other two?
Let's start with a roller coaster ride. I cannot believe the goofy things I do to talk to people about money, right? Hi, it's Francis. I just wanted to take a minute to thank you for watching this video. If you're catching us on YouTube, please help us help others by clicking like, subscribe, and all notifications so you don't miss any videos. And check back for the next video. I think you're going to love it. Thanks again. For more information, you can visit us at hugyourmoney.com.
Welcome to Financial Fitness. I'm Jess Tyler, along with the Money Doctor, Dr. Francis Rahaim. Hi.
Well, hello, Jess. We want to talk to people that are having financial troubles anytime in life. And that really is about feeling stuck. You know, what level of stuck might you feel when you start to think about maybe it's time to get a little help somewhere, right?
Yeah. And I think maybe the holidays just jogs people's memory and it kind of brings it up more too. So it's all year long, but yeah, you start thinking about it a lot during the holidays when you got to spend money.
I think it does two things, Jess. I think it does bring it to mind, but it also tempts us to sweep it under the carpet more. I'll deal with this.
I'll deal with this
after.
in January. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. And that's fine. I mean, in the meantime, you know, probably nothing catastrophic will happen to you unless you're really in what I call the fourth phase of stuck, right? We'll talk about the four kinds of stuck.
Okay.
But that's exactly the point, is people come to Hug Your Money, which we affectionately call Hug. People come here for help when they are feeling like, geez, they're really doing everything they can on their own, but they're tired of going it alone. You know, it's not like they're in crisis mode. Sometimes they are, but they just might be saying, you know what? This is kind of like when I've been working out and I still can't get my quads to look the way I want.
Yeah, people want to see progress. Yeah.
Yeah, it's time for me to get a coach because I've done everything I know and I need some help. And so I'm going to go get some kind of a system that helps me. And that's what Hug Your Money is really about, is taking what you already know how to do and making it better, maybe fixing a few things, maybe recalculating a little bit. So I've boiled this down to 4 phases of stuck. What level of stuck are you? It's like a fun little game show. What level of stuck are you?
Okay. All right, what is the first level?
Well, the first level really is you're not stuck at all.
Okay.
You just want something better, right? A lot of our clients are in this phase. They are what do I want to say? They're like a GPS system. You know, when your GPS says recalculating,
yeah.
You're not really lost here. You just want a more direct path. You just want the route around all the traffic. You want to get to your Yes, you want to get to your destination earlier with minimal tolls. It's exactly right. So, you know, I tend to use these analogies because we all understand them. We've all been there, right?
Yeah.
So the not stuck thing, the GPS rerouting thing, that's exactly the point. That's phase 1, okay? Phase 2 would be you're a little stuck, okay?
Okay.
This is like being, you know that grocery cart you get at the store with a wobbly wheel?
The one bad wheel. Yep.
Clunk, 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 clunk.
I pick it every time. I know. Every time.
You can still operate it, right? You can still go.
Oh, yeah. As you're dragging it through the store. Yes. Yeah.
Leaning to the right all the time, you know. But it's really annoying and you like to get a better cart. Okay.
Yeah. Try doing that with a kid in the front seat too. That's always fun.
Exactly. That's category number 2. That's the little stuck. Okay. What if you're moderately stuck? Now, this is like you go to the fairgrounds and there's a roller coaster and you're thinking, boy, that reminds me a lot of my life, you know, but I'm going to get on it anyway.
Yeah.
And you get on the roller coaster and you're expecting to go up and over the first drop and you get partway up the incline and it stops.
That's not a fun place to be.
No, but that's your third kind of stuck. You're not really in any danger yet, right? You're okay. You're just sitting there, but you're not going anywhere either.
Okay.
And it's not fun.
No, it's frustrating.
You're not having any fun yet, you know? Yep. That's what you got on this ride for, was to have some fun. Okay, and then the last kind of stuck. Okay, we have all done this. Well, maybe not all of us, but most of us, I think. You're moving a couch with a friend. And one of you decides, yeah, yes, one, exactly. One of you decides how it's going through the doorway, and somehow the two of you get this couch wedged in the doorway.
Yeah.
You can't go forward. You can't go backwards. You need a new plan. And this is stuck level number 4, where you're probably thinking about bankruptcy or some other drastic measure. Okay.
All right.
So
Let's drill down on the first 2 for the first half.
yes.
Let's start with the first one.
Yes, we're going to unwind these one at a time. All right. The not really stuck, the recalculating route, right? GPS,
Yeah.
recalculating. That's all you want to do. You want to take your existing habits that
Mm-hmm.
are already working well and let us show you how to line them up so that every dollar has real impact, right?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes we're just taking what's already working for you and we're building on it to speed up your progress. So if this is the kind of category you're in, you need to know that this isn't only about debt. A lot of times people feel like their debt is just fine, but they think there's all this ancillary spending going on they'd like to get a handle on, and they don't want to argue with their partner about it all the time.
Right.
So they want a little budgeting. They want some budget tools to go to that actually work, that actually are granular and help people figure out where that money is going without judgment, without somebody barking at them, without having an argument about why you can't get your nails done or why you can't have that sports package or whatever it happens to be. And then sometimes people are just wanting more in this category, and this is often the case. In fact, most often, I think it's that people want more for their future. They are doing okay. They're making money. They're paying their bills, probably on time. They might even be sending a little extra, but they want a better future. And so they're looking for a way forward. Now, it's important to know a couple of things about Hug Your Money before we talk about these other kinds of stuck. The first is what makes the impossible seem possible with us.
Okay.
Because I could talk to you all day long about how all this stuff is possible, and you might still be sitting there saying, yeah, but what if I can't afford more money? What if I can't send extra? What if I can't? What if I can't? What if I can't? And the fact of the matter is, what we do is the patented system meets you where you are, takes
Okay.
exactly the numbers you put in, and realigns them. It's not that we don't pay anybody. You're actually making your payments. You're in control of your money. We want you to have good credit. So everybody gets paid and everybody gets paid on time. But the patented system is what's doing the heavy lifting for you.
Okay.
So to start with, you just have to trust it. You just have to say, okay, today is the day I finally make the dental appointment. Okay. Today is the day that you finally say, I'm going to go to hugyourmoney.com and I'm just going to plug my numbers in and click the submit button. I promise you, we do not sell your information. You will not be put in some weird portal where you get emails from salespeople all the time. You don't even have to talk to a person if you don't want to. So it's completely confidential, and it's really going to give you an instant free analysis. Did I say that? Free analysis. Okay. So you can truly plug your numbers in, click the button, and see what your numbers would look like inside Hug so that you get the knowledge you need to move forward. You know,
So it's not so much with the program. Tell me if I'm wrong on this, but it's not so much where like you could be paying the same amount of stuff you're paying now for your debt, but you with the patented program showed how to apply it in a different way to get that stuff paid off quicker, even for the same amount of dollars. I mean, obviously you can throw more money at it to get it done quicker, but it's just kind of a reorganization of how you're paying. Is that kind of the gist?
it is sort of the gist for the debt part for sure.
Okay.
And I should say, if you have extra money, you might be throwing it to the wrong place. You probably think it should be going to that high interest rate credit card.
Right.
That's what general knowledge tells you.
Yeah.
But we got a patent for a reason. And it would be because we're telling you to send it to the highest interest rate first.
Okay.
So, so if you are sending extra money, put that into the system. I'm sending my $50 payment as the minimum payment and $20 extra every month to this debt. And I'm sending $30 to this debt. Our system will grab that money, harness it, and tell you where the smartest place is to send it.
Oh,
What's going to
smart.
get you out of out of debt the fastest way possible. You can always tweak these things manually, but it's designed to do the fastest, wisest way thing possible. So that's if you're just, you're not really stuck, you just want something better. What if you're a little stuck?
Okay.
Okay, you
Which
got
is
that
probably where most people are, right? Are they?
Yeah, the wobbly shopping cart. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is where, nothing's on fire. Okay. But it's entirely annoying.
Yeah.
And it is like that grocery cart. So you can still push it, but it's not going anywhere well. People reach out to us thinking that they are, I would say they reach out to us not thinking they're heading toward a crisis, but they have that in the back of their mind. Like, if I don't do something, I could be heading towards a crisis. And the system shows them that they're just a couple of little steps away from, like course corrections, right? They just need to correct these couple of things before they're back and feeling in control again. Okay. So that's the idea, is that you put as much information in as you possibly can. Most of these things are optional when you go to the forms, but just put as much in as you can. Estimates are fine. Estimating is fine, but you want to tell it as much as you can so that you get the most accurate, output, right? You want to see that analysis that really looks real for you. So, if you're just feeling that little bit of stuck, it's the perfect time to do this. Don't let it get worse, right? Fix the wobbly wheel before the whole cart crashes. Okay. Groceries are everywhere. It's a mess. Nobody's happy.
Right.
So, yeah, I can tell you that this is one of the main reasons that people come to us. And certainly one of the main reasons, excuse me, and certainly one of the main reasons that employers and groups and schools are picking this up as a group benefit, because addressing the stress that people feel financially really, especially if you can do it early, but at any time, it prevents this bigger issue down the road. And stress reduction boosts production. Okay, I know it sounds tricky a little bit. I've come up with this great phrase, but stress reduction boosts production.
Yeah, because you're not distracted thinking about how you're paying for a certain, yeah. And I love that employers are now smart enough to be offering this to employees as a benefit.
They are. And in fact, groups benefit from this greatly. Not only do the people come on board and get financial wellness, but the company benefits from all the things we're talking about, including better retention, better loyalty, things of that nature, even attracting better talent. Imagine you're some great talent and you're looking for a job and you've got two companies to choose between. And one of them has got this program in place that's going to save you. Our average client saves more than $200,000 in interest. Average client.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
And that actually kind of shows you which employer cares about you, which is nice. It's like a little added benefit.
I think it does. And I think it makes for a good environment. And then people working, start to talk to each other about it. And you get this sort of camaraderie about how great remember when people started talking about how great their 401k plan was? Imagine your employer gave you a couple $100,000 into your 401k plan when you signed on.
Great.
You'd be pretty impressed, right? So for employers, because this is so affordable now as a group, as low as $39 a month, and for really large groups, maybe even less, right? Because it's so affordable for groups, the ROI, the return on investment, is enormous. It's probably the highest ROI benefit that you can pick up as a company or as a school or an organization or a group.
Now, if you're a business owner and you're listening right now, how do people find out more about this? How would they get in contact with you to kind of get this started for their employees?
Sure. Whether it's a group or an individual, just go to hugyourmoney.com. And if you're a group, you'll see right up there in the navigation, groups, right? Click on it. You'll get a landing page with an ROI calculator. Your HR people can put in how many people you have, what your payroll is. You will get your exact ROI based on our plan prices. And then just contact us for a demo.
All right. And what's the phone number?
413-773-3333.
All right. We've gotten through two kinds of stuff, but we've got two more, the worst kinds, and that's coming up in the second half. You can visit hugyourmoney.com. We'll be back with part 2 of Financial Fitness with the Money Doctor, Dr. Francis Rahaim on franklincountynow.com.
Financial Fitness with the Money Doctor is underwritten by Hug Your Money.
Permission granted to chase your dream.
Hug Your Money, where financial wellness gets personal.
Welcome back to Financial Fitness. I'm Jess Tyler, along with the money doctor, Dr. Francis Ram. Hi.
Hi.
And we're talking about 4 kinds of stuck that people get into with their finances. We've done 2 of them already. What are the other 2?
Ah! Let's start with a roller coaster ride. I cannot believe the goofy things I do to talk to people about money, right? Because it's hard to talk to people about money when they're so frightened or when they're so stressed that they can't reach out. So let me just reassure anybody listening, I have been probably worse off than you are, okay? I
Right.
know how to get you out. The system is designed to get you out. The system is designed to meet you where you are, whether you're not very stuck, you're a little stuck, or you're this kind of stuck, which is you're on the roller coaster and you're stopped on an incline. And this is where payments feel heavy. Okay.
Yeah. And
You
getting
really,
off the roller coaster, not really an option, right?
that's right. You really know. Well, yeah, it's tricky, right?
Yeah.
You really know you're going to need some help. If payments feel heavy. You're not flirting with bankruptcy yet. In
Right.
fact, if somebody brings up the word, you don't even consider it. You're like, no, 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 I want my credit, right?
Yeah.
And you may not even qualify for bankruptcy, which is our 4th kind of stuck. But,
Okay.
You're making your minimums, but it seems like nothing is ever going down. Now, this is
Yeah.
where I was personally when I developed the first version of what is now Hug Your Money. I was paying out, I can't believe I say this on the air, but it's true, $10,800 a month in debt payments.
Wow. Yeah.
And none of it was awful credit card debt. It was mortgages, building, houses at the beach and things like that. It was building the empire. But because of that, there wasn't a program that I found that could help me because they all deal with credit cards and they all
Yeah.
seem to harm your credit or they refinance your loans or they just shift stuff around. And that's how Hug Your Money came to be because I needed a solution for me because
Okay.
I was in the 3rd kind of stuck. Okay.
On the roller coaster. Yeah.
Yeah. You're not crashing. You're not moving forward either. You're making your minimums, but you feel it, right? You're dragging it around. So again, you're not in danger, but you're not going anywhere without a major push. So you keep making your minimum payments with our system, okay? So the system is designed to keep your credit clean and to fix your problems. So if we're talking about the debt part, budget and retirement planning, future planning, that all comes with it, right? They're separate modules. But for this part, let's just talk about the debt for a minute. The system is doing the heavy lifting for you. So what
Okay.
you have to do is keep making your minimum payments. And that's really what you have to do, right? You probably want to take advantage of the budgeting in there and probably start to plan for the future because it's available to you. But you can take exactly where you are right now. And this is where employers listen up. All your people that you think aren't in trouble because they're not complaining to you, they've probably all got mortgages, car payments, student loans, credit cards. That's why they're coming to you and saying, I need a raise. What else can I do? I think I might go to another employer because there's a better opportunity. If you start to lessen their debt
Yeah.
and give them a sense of control, things will ease, okay? So this, all you have to do is make your minimum payments. The system will do the heavy lifting. It will recalculate the order, the timing, and the impact. So your entire plan moves forward and it will keep your credit clean. Everybody will still get their minimum payments. I know you don't get this. How is it possible if you don't send extra money?
Yeah. It seems like you would need extra income in order to make your debt go down quicker.
It does seem that way.
Yeah.
It does seem that way. And it's true in just about every other thing I know about. But here, what happens, to be honest with you, because it's not, I hate it when people say that phrase, to be honest with you. What? People are just going to lie to you instead?
Yeah.
Okay, but to tell you how this really works, if you have extra money, great. We are going to harness that and use it like we talked about in the first half. If not, we just have to wait for that to emerge naturally, but it will inside the system through one of 2 paths. Either you'll just make your minimum payments according to the schedule that's in Hug Your Money, and when one debt is paid off, that money becomes what we call margin. That is, in fact, your extra money that we are going to send to the proper place, not a snowballing effect. something much more sophisticated than that, okay? But we are going to choose which debt to send it to. That's one way you can start the ball rolling further, right?
Yeah.
The second way is you look at
Sorry.
they're
Go ahead.
calling that's a creditor calling you right now.
Exactly. Spam.
It is spam, I'm sure. You're very
Yeah.
good with your money. Yeah, so that's one way you can find that extra money. The second way you can find it is do the budgeting stuff. Track your expenses. You don't have to build the budget. Just put the stuff in the system because something will emerge. I promise you, you'll look at it one day and say, "Oh, $50. We could save $50 there. Let me put it in as margin and see what it does to my debt plan."
Yeah, a lot of clients probably tell you how eye-opening it is because you don't realize that you're spending stuff till you actually start putting it in.
Yeah, we get two comments. One is that it's very eye-opening. And once they do it, they're very grateful for it. They're saying, wow, I never saw anything that got this granular. I could customize. It's really looking at what I've got. It's giving me this model month as an example. The other side says, I don't want to do it because I know it's ugly and I can't face it.
Yeah.
And
I don't
I'm
want to
going
give
to
up
tell
my
you,
iced coffee every morning. Yeah.
yes. And so I'm going to tell you that is the time when you need to face it. And nobody's looking at that unless you want them to. It's completely confidential. It's between you and your hug concierge in our system, Dr. Finwell. Okay.
Who we
Nobody's going
talked
to
about
call
last
you.
week. Yeah.
That's right. Nobody's going to call you on the phone and say, hey, I think you're overspending here. You should cut back. This is about you doing you better. Okay.
Okay.
We're giving you the tools you need to make that happen. Okay. Let's talk about, well, I guess I should say, so if you're in that mode of
Situation.
stuck, yeah,
Yeah.
just go to hugyourmoney.com, set up your account for yourself and put your own information in. Completely confidential, free analysis, instantly. Nobody's going to bug you. You're not going to get sales calls from us or anybody else. All right. This is about you getting what you need to move forward. All right. And remember that that progress actually appears naturally in almost every case. So if you
Okay.
don't have extra money, don't worry about it. Just do this one thing. Give this little gift to yourself. Do one thing. Go to the website, fill out the form, click the button.
Okay.
Then see what you've got. Okay. Don't freak out about it. Don't say it's going to be ugly. Just try it. Okay. Just try it. It's like food you never had. Just try it.
Right.
Okay. If you are somebody already sending extra, we talked about that. Great. That's going to get redirected with precision. You know where to send it. The system knows what to do, and it's actually going to drive your whole plan forward. Okay. Wow. Okay. The fourth kind of stuck.
Okay.
When
You're
you're
careening
really
down the roller coaster?
where you're really stuck. Worse. This is the couch in the doorway wedge that we talked
Oh,
about in the
yes,
beginning.
yes, yes.
So this is the stage where payments aren't just heavy anymore. Now they're impossible. All right. You're juggling due dates. People who are out there who have this are going to go, oh, she knows. She's in
Yeah.
our checkbook. You're juggling the due dates. You're borrowing from one card to pay another. You're considering bankruptcy or some other drastic measure, right? Like I'm just not going to pay my debt and they can come and get me for it, right?
Right. And I think a lot of people do get to that point just because you're so overwhelmed.
When I was in version number 3 stuck, believe me, I was really thinking about what are my options here because I've done everything I know how to do. And I
Yeah.
should say this was long before I started Hug Your Money. That's why I am
Started.
doing what I'm
Yeah.
doing today. Yeah. So it's that moment that we've all had at least once where we get that couch stuck in the doorway. You're not able to push forward. You're not able to push back. You and your partner, if there is one, are probably pushing like a push me, pull you, right? You're not
Yeah.
getting anywhere.
There's a lot of
And
cursing going on. Yeah.
yeah, and you've lifted, you've twisted, you've turned. Now it's jammed in there. You're not getting anything done without a totally different strategy.
Yeah.
Okay. So the good news is all 4 of these kinds of stuck can be addressed at Hug Your Money, right? Pretty amazing, really, actually. So what I want to say is anybody who's in that position that I just talked about knows it already. And if you're an individual, go to Hug Your Money. Just go there, click the button, do the form. That's it, right? But if you're a business, I want to talk to you for a minute about this.
Okay.
Because I learned this from a client about our own system. It was fascinating. I had a very astute business person. Through COVID, the business was in trouble. The income they were making was not coming in anymore.
Right.
They were still afloat, but it just, they were making enough money, But all they were able to do now, instead of grow the business, was pay the minimums.
Mm,
They had all this debt on their shoulders, and guess what? They didn't qualify for bankruptcy. They
yeah.
made too much for a simple seven bankruptcy, right? Chapter seven. They made too much money. Now, they could have chosen a reorganization, a Chapter 11 or Chapter 13, to reorganize some of this debt. But the problem this guy had, and which most business people that we see, especially in small to mid-sized business people, is they had a personal guarantee on the business loans.
Oh,
That means
okay.
they can't just file a business bankruptcy and get rid of them. So here's what this guy taught me. He came to me one day and he said, because I was talking to him about bankruptcy, and we got to the
Hmm.
point where he said, I went to the lawyers you told me to go to, you suggested, and I can't file bankruptcy. Or if I file reorganization, it's going to be this many years. It's not going to wipe out my personal debt. My vendors are going to stop delivering. My business
Mm,
is going to suffer. My credit's going down the tubes. I
it's gonna
can't
make
have
things
that.
worse. Yeah.
Yeah. So his solution to me, I credit this guy with it all the time because it had never occurred to me that this would be a way to use Hug Your Money, but boy, did it work. His
Okay.
solution to me was, look, I realized I can still make the minimum payments. So I'll just use your system, as he put it, to service a lot of debt.
Okay.
I'll just use it to service the debt. I'll just keep these debts in place. I'll keep my credit. I'll make the minimums. But by using our system, all his debt was gone in 5 years. He would have
Mm,
just been recovering from a bankruptcy around that time, probably, right?
okay.
So for
Because
him,
it pinpointed where to send any extra money. Is that kind of how that
it
worked?
just it just did what we do. It took no
Hmm.
extra money. It let him pay off the first debt using a couple of tricks of trade. I mean, even if your first debt is a credit card, we have a
Right.
couple of nuances that are baked into the system that will
Okay.
speed it up. So if you enter this in and your first debt says it's a credit card and you're not sending any extra money, but it
Hmm.
says it's normally paid off in 5 years, let's say, that's being optimistic. And with our system, it's paid off in four. It isn't wrong. It's using other things we know to speed that up. And it's all in the
Okay.
system. It's all just baked right in there for you. All you have to do is log in and follow the system. It's super easy to follow. Okay.
Hmm.
We are doing that heavy lifting. So all he had to do was do that until the very first debt was paid off. Then his margin emerged naturally. It went to the next place, the next place, the next place. So all he had to do was do that. In the meantime, this guy actually grew his business because he could. The weight was off of his shoulders. His
Hmm.
vendors were delivering. His credit was clean.
Oh, wow.
He came out of COVID
Yeah.
and now was like, hey, I'm back in business. So now at the end of this situation, because he was able to grow his business and pay his debt down, he had this incredible cash boost, which allowed us to make up for the lost time he had when he couldn't save for retirement because he was paying the debt.
Oh, that's incredible.
It's incredible. And
I
so
hope he's doing a testimonial for sure.
he's like a walking testimonial. I have to say, he sent
Yeah.
me a number of business clients um, who were not flirting with bankruptcy, but just like, hey, if I can do this and get out of bankruptcy, imagine what you can do in good standing to make
Right.
things better. But I did want to say that even if he hadn't grown the business, he would have felt this gap just by paying down the debt. I mean, this guy was paying more than I was in debt when I started the system, right? He was almost
Hmm.
$15,000 a month in debt. So paying that off, all he had to do was use our system, and 5 years from now, he's got $15,000 a month, not going to creditors.
Mm.
That's a new life,
And must have
right?
been such a relief for him.
I'm sure that it was a relief for him. He is still, not only are his family members of Hug Your Money, but friends of his, business people, and he still stays in touch with us all the time. And we are now working his retirement picture instead of his debt picture. But it's a good point. You can just use the system to manage your debt properly if you need to.
Hmm. Great options, not only for you as an individual, but if you are a business owner and you're going through this, it's great for that as well. Or if you want to show your employees that you really care and boost productivity, like you said, it's a great thing to offer them as a
Thank
benefit.
you. Yes, we really do believe that. That's why we've gone to the trouble of offering it as a financial wellness benefit to groups. But in closing, I just want to remind people, whether you're GPS recalculating, not really stuck, or you've got the wobbly shopping cart, or you're on the roller coaster partway up and you're not going anywhere, or you're really stuck with the couch wedge between the door. Whether you're an individual or you want to bring it to your employer or your employer is listening, schools, organizations, groups, anybody can do this. But the first step is you have to go to hugyourmoney.com and click a button or ask for a demo.
All right. I love it. What is your phone number too? I want to get that for everyone.
Of course, because you know what? Here at Hug Your Money, we still answer a phone and talk to people. Can you believe
A
it?
real person. Yes.
A real person. 413-773-3333.
All right. And again, go to hugyourmoney.com. Dr. Francis Rahaim with Hug Your Money. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jess. Underwritten by Hug Your Money.
Permission granted to chase your dream. Chase your dream.
Will you help us spread the word about financial fitness? Please like, subscribe, and choose all. Thank you. Also underwritten by Franklin County Technical School. We build futures. Visit fcts.us or call 413-863-9561.